it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is an intro to a new project. Okay, it's not a new project, but it is new to me. This is Supernatural Pan Interrupted. It was started in 2018 by Jessica and Amanda. Amanda has since stopped filming, but Jessica is actually still working on this project because that's what kind of a commitment this is. It is based around the show Supernatural. It ran for 15 seasons, and the idea is that working on 6 episodes at a time, you choose an item to accompany each episode, and once you meet your goal, you keep rolling into the next one. Jessica is, I believe, currently in season 6 after 6 years of working on this, and it does take that long. There's 327 episodes, and if you do the math, that means that if you get a complete refresh of all 6 items each month, it would take you 4 years and 7 months to complete the project. So due to the size, this project has its own notebook instead of sharing my panning notebook with my other projects, and I will be starting at the very beginning at season 1, episode 1. I've loved the show for a very long time. I think it was in its 3rd season when I first heard of it. I was home for one of the holidays from college, and I had a couple of friends come over to my parents' house when we were going to play some games in the basement. And one of my friends had brought with him his box set of season 1, and he had wanted to watch some episodes while we were playing board games. But neither me or my other friend had ever heard of this show, and he was just flabbergasted, and he told me, "You are going to absolutely love this." And he was right. I ended up asking to borrow that box set on the spot, and he let me have it, and I ate every single season as it came out on Netflix following that. So I really enjoyed it all the way through, and that show finally ended in 2020. So I'm going to start back over at season 1 and get to relive it all over again through Project Panning. So we're going to go ahead and start at the beginning at season 1, episode 1, which is the pilot. And it starts with 2 siblings who visit a town called Jericho in search of their lost father. The night before an interview for grad school, not graduation as the synopsis says, Sam is visited by his estranged brother Dean, and so they are at this town looking for their missing father. In this very first episode, they are facing a ghost. This ghost is referred to as a woman in white. So that is a variety of ghosts that appears in a few various places around the world, or is rumored to anyway. And so given that she is a woman in white, I'm going to bring in a white product. This is the Lord & Berry Silk Kajal Kohl Liner in the shade white. And I'm going to use this 15 times, one for each season, for the first episode. And so I really like this liner, and I'll be perfectly happy to do that. Next is season 1, episode 2, which is called Wendigo. Sam and Dean Winchester pose as park rangers to help a brother and sister search for their lost sibling. The Winchesters believe he may have been taken by a Wendigo. The sister of the missing individual called them out on not really being park rangers based on the fact that they went backpacking into the woods looking for him with no provisions at all other than guns and a bag of M&Ms. So for this one, I'm going to bring something that I probably would take backpacking, and there's not very many items on that list, but this is my Everyday Humans Resting Beach Face Sunscreen Serum. I would take sunscreen backpacking with me, and so my goal is going to be to finish this. This was in a previous project. It was in Projects and Panning. There's not much left in here. I do want to finish it. It expires in February, so even though I don't usually wear much sunscreen this time of year, I might as well just finish this one off. Season 1, episode 3 is called Dead in the Water. While going through the newspaper, Dean comes across a mysterious drowning. He soon discovers that more people have been drowned in the same lake without their bodies ever being found. And so given that this turns out to be a ghost who haunts a lake, I figured I'd bring something in that also goes with water. The ghost is killing people through water. And so I'm going to bring in a bath bomb. This is a Christmas bath bomb that I got from a friend for Christmas, I believe 2 years ago. And so this isn't something you buy in a store. It was homemade, and I want to use it. So this is kind of a gimme because it's a one-use thing, and I'm going to finish this one for Dead in the Water. Season 1, episode 4 is Phantom Traveler. A friend of Dean's calls him up when a plane crashes under mysterious circumstances. Dean and Sam soon discover a flight attendant who was on the plane, but do not realize her full connection to the crash until they are on board another flight with her. This episode allegedly takes place in Katanning, Pennsylvania, and one of my favorite things about the show is it takes you to all these towns across the US that you don't necessarily hear about. I get kind of annoyed when every TV show and movie seems to take place in either LA or New York City. There's more places in the world. I don't know if the Hollywood writers are aware of that, but there are. And so Katanning is actually about 30 minutes that way. So I know where that is, even though it doesn't quite make sense within this episode. For instance, the geography is kind of off. At one point, they refer to a town called Nazareth about an hour away. There is a Nazareth, Pennsylvania, but it's about 5 hours away from Katanning, not an hour. Also, this whole episode is based around a plane crash. Katanning doesn't have an airport. The closest airport to Katanning is the Pittsburgh airport, which is probably about an hour and 10 minutes away from there. So it didn't really make sense within the context of the story, but let's go with it. Since this is all about planes, I decided to bring something that TSA would allow me to take on a plane. This is a set of Pureology Hydrate Sheer Hair products. This is a shampoo, this is a conditioner. I've used these before, I've traveled with them. They're both around that level, and I'm going to work on finishing these. These have actually been open for about a year, so it is time to just use them up and get them out. So I'm going to do that for Phantom Traveler. Season 1, Episode 5 is Bloody Mary. What a classic. A man dies of a stroke in front of a mirror, but Sam and Dean believe something or someone else may be behind his death. Also, Dean tries to help Sam open up about his girlfriend's death, particularly after Sam lets it slip that there's some information he hasn't told Dean. And so since Bloody Mary obviously attacks through mirrors, I decided to pick something that has a mirror in it. This is the Japanesque Velvet Touch eyeshadow in the shade 01. It's like a champagne highlighty sort of shade, and yep, there's a mirror in there. So I'm going to use this 15 times for Bloody Mary. And the last one I'm bringing in today is Season 1, Episode 6, and that one is called Skin. Sam's friend Zach is accused of murder, and Sam offers to help out by checking up on his sister Rebecca. She claims her brother could not have committed the murder because he was with her at the time. But all the physical evidence points to Zach being at the scene of the crime. Could Zach have been in 2 places at once? So it turned out that this was actually a shapeshifter. And when the shapeshifter shifts, it actually sheds its skin in like a gross, icky pile. And so in the interest of shedding my skin, I'm going to bring in this Intelligent Nutrients Refining Micro Polish. It's a facial exfoliant, and I'm going to finish this off. Yep, this has been in a project before too. There's not a whole lot left, but it's probably going to take me a while because I only use it twice a week and I don't need all that much. But I'm going to finish this for skin. So there's my intro. I will update this in a month, and I should at least finish the bath bomb for Dead in the Water. So there should be at least one more roll in. Good luck with your projects, and I'll see you then. Bye.